So we'll start with the math one because that's the one I had open. And that's the one I'm going to get started with. And you can see we have a sleepy cat and a worry cat. So let's start simple. Really, really simple here. Um, we don't need to be super fancy. We just need to understand the little small parts. I've said this before. We'll take the big problem and we'll break it down into smaller problems and see if we can make those smaller problems happen. So the first small problem we can say is if the mouse enters the space of the cat, then we want the cat to wake up and show the worry display instead of the um, sorry, instead of the sleepy display. So we'll start there. Just simply, how can we make the display change? Um, so making it to change is pretty easy. We can go to our cat component right here, the label right here. So we can say self.cat.configure. Remember, configure lets us change the background color, the text, a bunch of different things. We can also change the cat picture itself. So the image is going to switch to self.queryCat. So I just want to see, can I change from one to the other? That one simple line of code. This starts just something very, very simple. So, oh, it did. So let me actually run this where my mouse isn't over it. So there's a sleepy cat, and now watch. My mouse comes in. My mouse comes in. The second it gets over the display, worry cat. Right. So we can change the display. That little simple. So again, this is exactly the strategy I'm talking about. One tiny little thing. I know how to change the display now. So that's not really exactly what I want to have happen. What I want to have happen is I want to have that display happens when my mouse touches the cat. So um, I need to know where the cat's located, right? So cat x is equal to, well, how do I get the location of this, right? This is a lookup thing. There's a couple different options you can go look at this up in. I'll give you the quick answer. It's winfo, info, root x. So what the heck does this mean? And I'll show you the same is going to be true for y, cat y, winfo root y. So winfo is the window info. Underscore root x is where this element, this widget in the GUI is located. It's XY location. And this winfo is the window relative location as opposed to the frame's relative location or other components that might be floating around inside of there. So it's important to note where you're getting the information from because it might start at 0 in one sense, but be at 100, 100 in another sense, depending on how your GUI is set up. So that's the winfo is the bigger window that I'm playing with right now. So it's important. So let me just print cat x, cat y event here, just to show what's going on. Um, Again, code small. So, oops, sorry, capital Y. Try that again. All right, so you can see the cat is at 360, and my mouse is at various locations around that. So now I can say, if I know where the cat is and I know where the mouse is, I can say I know when the mouse touches the cat, right? Well, yes and no. So I can say, well, for example, if cat x um, is, oh, I'm sorry, event dot x root. So when we print out the event, you can see there's an x inside of there, but there's also x root. So the x root is where is it relative to the whole window as well. So if event.xroot is greater than cat x, and event dot y root, oops, y underscore root is greater than cat y. Oops. Then we're going to change it to the worry cat. Does this make sense? So when I run this here, oops, I hit F1, not F5. So I'm up above it. You can see I'm actually printing out the cat's fine, the cat's fine, the cat's fine, the cat's fine, until I get close, and then the cat pops up. Great. Problem with that is I'm nowhere near the cat here, and it pops up as well. So I got to be careful because it's not just about that I'm above or below the cat. I also have to be within the cat. So I don't need just know the cat X and cat Y. I need to know the cat end X, right? And the cat end Y. I need to know both sides of it. All right, so let's figure out when I'm over the cat. Well, how do I do that? Well, I need to know not just where the cat starts, but I need to know where the cat ends. All right, so let's say self.cat.winfo width and self.cat.winfo height. Right? So I need to make sure I'm not just getting the width and the height, but I want the window info width and the window info height. I need to stay consistent within that. And now I want to say, well, if my X of the event is greater than the cat X, and I could say greater than or equal to or not. It's up to you on how sensitive you want to be. And event.xRoot is less than cat end X. And here, move this one here. It's the exact mirror, right? And event.y root is less than cat end y. Then we're going to change to the worry cat. And by the way, else, if it's not, then the picture should be sleepy cat, right? So if we're touching the cat, we want it to be the worry cat. Otherwise, it should be the sleepy cat. Make sense? I hope so. So let's see. Okay, well, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're all the way around the cat. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Let's move in. Oh, shoot. It didn't do anything. So if we look at it here, oh gosh, look at that. Our XY location, it's off, right? I don't know if you can see it exactly, but if we move over to here, up here, I'm definitely not touching it. But when I come down here, now look, my XY location when I'm moving around here is X is 97, Y is 159, but I'm clearly over the cat. So again, it's this relative location of things. So up here, I'm getting bigger, 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 and then I go small again because I go from being over the window to being over the cat. So I have to be really super careful about those which type of event of location XY locations I'm asking for. So I need to double check each of my variables, make sure I'm looking at the right variable here. So let's see where I missed it. Well, here let's check. So instead of printing the event, let's do event.xroot event.yroot and see if that tells us some more information, right? All right, well, it's weird. I'm way off So now I'm actually getting the right values. It's showing. So if you watch, I go from a low number to a high number on Y, and I can do the same thing, low number, and it's very consistent all the way through, even when I'm locating there. But notice it just doesn't seem to want to switch on me, right? So again, that's fine. Let's just debug it. What's going on here? Print over cat. Oops, over cat. Print um, sleepy cat. All right. Let's just see what's going on here on each of my. So sleepy cat, sleepy cat. So it's never saying I'm over cat, right? Okay. Well, I must have something wrong in my logic um, inside of here then, right? So it seems like my value is right, but what did I do here? So I want my event dot x to be greater than cat and less than. So it looks like it should be right, but what's going on? Did I miss something? I'm looking. So here, I'm not sure what's going on. So let's do this. Let's just print each of these pieces on their own because I'm not seeing it right away. I'm not faking this right here. I typed it in and I clearly typed something I'm not expecting, um, my logic's not working. So let's just check. Let's see each one of those conditions, which one is met. So, um, so right here, true, false, 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 true, 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 false, false, true, true, false, false. Okay, so I can't make them all seem to work at the same time for some reason, right? So I can be above, left, right, but I can't get them all four to be positive. So something's wrong in my logic right there. So even when I'm going right here, so I can see this value 280. So my mouse. Okay, so I need some more information here, right? So maybe my width and height are wrong, right? I actually think I just discovered what I did wrong now that I think about it. Um, but let's see, right? So let's just print out more information. So now here, I should be over the cat. Let's go take a look at it. Sorry, move this over. I'm over the cat. Oh, look. Look. Look at the last two there. The width and height are always 244. So what I forgot to do when I did the code, and just honestly, just forgot when I did this, and I wasn't, and just assumed it was working fine, was right here. The end width and height have nothing to do with the cat x and cat y, where it starts. So this should actually be cat x plus. The end is not the width and height. The end is where it starts plus the width and height. Does that make sense? So now let's try that again. So all around, nothing's happening. Up, I jumped on it. And the cat's worry cat. Oh, and then it goes back to sleepy cat. And oh, worry cat, and sleepy cat, worry cat, sleepy cat. So there you go. Um, very accidentally, I made a mistake in my code, and I showed you how I helped debug myself. And I didn't do it because I'm clever and I saw it right away. I did it because I printed stuff out until I got a little hint right before I saw it that, oh yeah, the numbers look right, but something's not right. So it must be the end that was off because everything else seemed to be working properly, but I couldn't get all my situation right. So that's the first step. We got our worry cat. We know when we're over the worry cat, but how do we make our worry cat run away? We don't want to just simply have the worry cat be there. How do we make it run away? So let's add that in our next sequence. But make this work. Make your worry cat wake up and be upset and then go back to sleep. And then we'll go from there.